Hey guys, how's it going? Just a little random video. And my wife and I went to a peddler's mall today. I guess it's like a little indoor flea market. So this was pretty good size. I mean, it had like 3 or 4 buildings all interconnected, and there was like a top level, and there's a little bit of everything in there. Old antiques, and there was a few comic dealers, so I picked up some stuff. Picked up a few other odds and ends, and I got one book that I wanted on an eBay auction that I'll show you. But just want to remind everybody that wants to enter the contest to subscribe to me. It's just a Q&A. Anything you want to ask, comic books or otherwise. As long as you ask a question, you're entered. And I shown the books in the last video, but I'll probably be showing them maybe one more time or maybe a couple more times before the 2 weeks are up. But it will be over on the 15th of this month. So everybody get your questions in. I already got some great questions. Some I wasn't expecting. And it's really, I look forward to answering those. But I'll get to it. Like I said, there were several comic dealers, people that had trading cards and old albums and books and whatever. One thing I picked up, a little light reading, I guess you could say, maybe something to kind of fill the time or put you to sleep, if you're trying to get some sleep. Got the Calvin and Hobbes 10th anniversary book. It's a little worn, it's been read several times, but $2, and everybody knows, it's read Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, it's good stuff. That's just really funny. I can see a lot. I'm a big Peanuts fan and a big fan of BC by Johnny Hart, and you can see a lot of those guys' influence in this book. But I've got a few other Calvin and Hobbes things, and but I thought this was a bargain. So good stuff. Okay, also got. Everybody knows I'm a big Justice League of America fan. And a lot of those vendors had a lot of it was baseball cards and sports stuff, and some of it was like Star Wars. And I was looking for just anything like comic related, but I did find a guy was selling some Justice League of America archive cards, and I never had seen these before, heard of them. But I got several packs of those. They were like $1.50 a pack. I got like 7 or 8 packs of them. But they got like 5 cards, and I really didn't have any idea what was in them. I knew it had to be something, maybe connected to the Silver Age version of the JLA, but it's really, it just highlights one issue and does like have a cover. And so you got like the cover to issue 20, and on the back there's like a panel from that story. Let's go show you 4 or 5 of those. Issue 33, and there you have another panel. Mike Zakowski art. I think he did maybe the first 63 issues. Here's a card, Spotlight issue number 6. I didn't get all I had, but I came close, so if there's any left when I go back next time, I'm probably going to grab them. But I thought these were pretty neat. And another panel. And from issue 71, this is actually the issue where the Martian Manhunter leaves the JLA for quite a while. So issue 71, and there's a panel, pretty cool one there from Dick Dillon and Sid Green. And the last one is actually one of the issues that I don't have. JLA 51, guest starring Zatanna, and you have the Elongated Man, probably 50 issues before he joined the JLA. But here's another panel from that. So I was really kind of pleased to get that stuff. So. Okay, there's something a little oddball. I'm really into music and musicians. I was one of those guys when I I was raised on, I guess, country and gospel and bluegrass music, being in the area I'm in. But when I was about 11 or 12, my aunt gave me a big stack of old LPs and 45s. And I mean, there was everything in there from Ray Charles to the Beatles to the Beach Boys to the Temptations, Elvis, just a little bit of everything. So, that really got me into music. And after I started playing, I always wondered, who were the guys that played, like the guys in the studio. I didn't know then as a kid, that that guy didn't do all the instruments. But I always wondered who was the guitar player, who was the drummer, who was the bass player. But one of the musicians I always enjoyed, and a lot of people are going to think this is cheesy. Maybe some of the older guys won't, but Glenn Campbell was always one of my favorite guitar players. I mean, he was part of the famous Wrecking Crew that played on everything in the 60s and early 70s with Hal Blaine on drums, Carol Kay on bass. You had, just a big group of really talented people that played on everything from the Beach Boys to Sonny and Cher to the Monkees to whatever was coming out then. But I just always enjoyed his music. But another thing, I'm a big John Wayne fan, and so is my dad. My dad is especially a John Wayne fan, and he's probably going to fight me over this. But putting the music and the movies and John Wayne together, I found a soundtrack to True Grit. $2. I was really pleased to get it. Anybody that's saw this movie knows how good it is, and like I say, it's got Glenn Campbell. I think he does a lot of the. There's only maybe one or two songs where there's actually a vocal on it, maybe the title track and another one. I think the rest of it just like all incidental studio music. But I was really pleased to get that. That's a really cool image. And, I'm sure a lot of the younger guys aren't going to get it, but, maybe some of you do. So I'm not trying to insult anybody, but, to the older guys, I know, a lot of you are going to get this, not buy it, but I mean, get why I like it. And this is just my opinion. Anybody that doesn't like John Wayne is un-American. So, let's get some comics. I found a vendor that was selling stuff for like 50 cents. I mean, some 1970s books. And I was really surprised because all this stuff was like in great shape. That's the thing you get when you go to a flea market. A lot of these guys are like charging, outrageous prices. They think if a book is from the 60s or 70s, if it's in rat shape and got chunks out of it, they're going to want to put a $5 or $10 cover price on stuff, which I hate. They just think either they're so stupid that they think, it's worth that much, they haven't looked at the price guide, or they think everybody else is that stupid that they'll buy it just because it's old. But anyway, I found some stuff that I needed for my collection. This is actually a pretty recent book, but this was a DC Wildstorm crossover. This is Dream War number 4, and it has like all the big guns from the DC universe and the Wildstorm. This is before the New 52, so it wasn't a combined universe yet. But this is really a great story, and I think this is one of the 2 issues I had missing. This is number 4. So you got Grifter and Batman on the cover. And I found a missing issue of Tales of a Legion of Superheroes. It's number 324. It's actually a really cool cover. It's Dan Jurgens and Jerry Ordway. And Jurgens actually does the interior art, and I think maybe the Invisible Kid backup was done by Ernie Cohen, or Cologne, however you pronounce his name. But these books are like very fine, near mint, 50 cents. Found some Batman books that I need for some runs, and I think I used to have a few of these. It was a run, and I think Hippie showed some Batman books he had, and I think part of that run was the Mud Pack storyline from Detective Comics. So here's Detective 604. It's the first part of that. Alan Grant and Norm Breyfogle. And Breyfogle, I think he's really underrated because I really loved his stuff on Batman. So that's the first part of the Mud Pack story. This is the third part. Detective 606. Like I say, all these books are pretty much very fine near mint. 50 cents. Here's Detective 617, Joker cover and story. So these are all really cool books. I think I used to have these years ago, and due to moving and or divorces or whatever, I lost those, but it's another story. Okay, here's the ones I was really kind of excited to get. I'm trying to complete my Defenders run, and I found a great little stack of Defenders, all 50 cents. They're like from the late 70s. And I was just really surprised that they were cheap as they were. But so Defender 72. Sometimes you gotta love flea markets. Defender 71. Defenders 80. That's a really cool cover. I might have already had this one in a low grade, but this was high grade. Yeah, this is Rich Buckler and Joe Rubenstein. Defender 75. '73. '59. And this was from 1978. So basically, these books are like 35 years old. Great shape. Number 58. Cool Doctor Strange cover. And 78. Return of the Original Defenders. Really nice cover. One of my favorites. And I found a hidden gem. I've seen a few guys show some of these books, but this is one of the old Atlas comics from the 70s. Mainly, these were some guys that I think worked for Marvel at one time, and I think Stanley's brother, Larry Lieber, was actually doing a lot of the scripts on these. But I think all the titles lasted, no more than 4 issues. And I've got the biggest part of them, but I didn't have this one. And this is the Cougar, number 2. 25-cent cover price. 50, or this one might have been $1. It wasn't any more than $1 anyway. But it's a really cool Rich Buckler cover. I think it's Frank Springer doing the art. He did a lot of the stuff on the Invaders. I think he actually had a run on the Shadow in the 70s too. But, pretty cool stuff. I think they were trying to out-Marvel Marvel at that time. Okay, here's something I was really glad to get. And this is a big shout out to my buddy Gimpy, big Apes fan. But I found this book, and I've got the whole run of the original Planet of the Apes magazine. There were like 29 issues, and I've already got a couple copies of this, but not in this language. This is a Spanish version of Planet of the Apes number 5. Really cool story. I've already read this, half a dozen times, so I know it's about just. I just thought it was really cool. To find something in another language, another version, anything with apes. So really nice. And last thing, I got another on the apes subject. I've already got a couple copies of these, but I didn't have a high grade copy. And these are really hard to find with a poster inside. but I found another copy of Gold Key adaptation of Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and this is easily very fine. Got for a pretty decent price, actually. Sorry about the glare, but this is intact with the poster. I don't think the poster is attached, but it's really hard to find this book with the poster actually in it. And the other two copies I got, one copy already has a poster. So another reason I wanted this is I just wanted a complete high-grade copy with the poster intact. And one of the low-grade copies, I'm just going to take the poster out, and I'm probably going to hang it up where I got all my other ape stuff. Which eventually, I'll be showing a video of the apes menagerie, that I like to call it. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. I think those are all like, those are all like photos from the second movie. And then you have the apes protest poster in the center. So, but that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the great. It is late. Thanks for all the great questions on the giveaway I got coming up. Like I say, it's not really a contest. I'm not trying to make anything hard, and I'll be showing those books again, maybe a couple times in the next 2 weeks. Get your questions in, unless it's something real personal, and I'll tell you it's too personal. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Onward and upward.